Some of the area's flowering residents seem to be embracing the warmer temperatures this year. A little confused, perhaps, by the weather whiplash.
Bob Barnard is live along the National Mall with a closer look. Bob, it happens to the best of us. I mean, I think we may have asked ourselves once or twice, is it January or is it April?
Yeah, but when we get into the next deep freeze, we're going to be saying, hey, what was wrong with what we had, right? I mean, hey, we are not along the tidal basin with the iconic cherry trees. We're here along the National Mall near the D.C. World War I Memorial, and this is a flowering Japanese plum tree. So if you're seeing blossoms along the National Mall, don't be alarmed. Those are not cherry trees. Here to talk with us about that is Mike Litteris with the National Park Service. Mike, thanks for being here early this morning as the sun is coming up. Tell me, so I would imagine people might say, oh my gosh, the cherry trees are already starting to bloom. Is this going to be an awful year?
It's one of those sort of annual rites of spring. The plum trees come out, and everybody sees them and goes, oh, white petals, it must be the cherry trees, and people start to freak out. Completely normal. The Japanese flowering plum tree is the earliest flowering fruit tree that we have on the National Mall. It comes out, a month, 6 weeks before the cherry blossoms. Now we're about 2 weeks ahead right now of where we were this time last year, so the mild winter is definitely having an impact on the blooming season so far.
And there they are live, and that photo you saw, folks, was Mike took that photo yesterday of what it looks like in the daylight. But yes, there are the flowering plum trees. A little early. Tell us, we've been out and about, and I can show our viewers some video. There are some forsythia that are already blooming. The pretty yellow blossoms there. Those images I took yesterday near the MLK Memorial. Early as well?
Early as well, the forsythia out around the Martin Luther King Memorial. They were starting to come out on his birthday, which is, again, really sort of early. So the mild winter so far is having an impact. Little too early to start speculating on when the cherry trees are going to come out. We've got 6 weeks or so to go. We've got half of winter left. And just because we have a warm winter doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have a record early bloom. 2019, for example, at the time, that was the second warmest winter on record, but peak bloom still held off till April 1st that year. So there's more factors at play than just the average temperature over the course of the winter.
And we were just showing our viewers were some images of flowering autumn blossoms. That was near the Naval Observatory back in December. And also what it looks like around the tidal basin now, which are trees that the buds are really tight. Does the weather have a factor now, or are the buds so tight that really until they start opening up, that's when you got to worry about the fluctuating temperatures?
You know, the Yoshino trees, which are the variety that we talk about when we talk about peak bloom, they are so tightly in their buds right now that deep freeze, fluctuating temperatures, that's not going to have any impact. Our only concern is once the petals start to come out, if we hit a deep freeze then. These plum trees, for example, if we were to have a below freezing, a 25 or below tonight, that would definitely impact these blossoms, but no concerns on the Yoshinos right now.
All right, so enjoy this weather, enjoy the seesaw of cold to warm, more warm than cold, and don't worry about our cherry trees just yet.
Just yet. And first week of March, we'll have the annual announcement for when we expect peak bloom to be. So we've still got, another month or so to go before we can really start speculating on that.
All right, great, Mike. Thanks for being up and out here with us early this morning. So don't be alarmed. Enjoy them, guys. These are our flowering Japanese plum trees, and they're the first to come, and they're already here.
All right. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to be that time, right?
Yeah.
Just we'll see how much cold we get between now and the actual cherry blossoms. Right. But good to see that they're hardy and they'll be okay. Good to see Mike this morning, too. Thanks for coming out early.